Who is the best godly in Anime Last Stand? Let's go showcase every single godly max level with, I believe, hopefully glitched on almost all of them, if not all of them. And we're gonna be showing you guys the best ones. And I also got a brand new code that just dropped. But before we hop into, guys, remember we are doing the 1 million Robux giveaway. All you guys have to do is subscribe and drop a like on the video to enter. We're gonna be giving that away at 1 million subscribers. And if you guys check our subscriber count right now, we will hit that ASAP. So you're not gonna wanna miss out on the 1 million Robux giveaway. We're already at 891K and we're skyrocketing up there. All right, let's go take a look. And we also got a brand new code, which I'll show with you a little bit later in the video. All right, free rerolls. So let's go over and let's go showcase all of these and we will rank them. Let's get it popping. And we'll also rank them on this little tier list. All right, let's start off with Ichigo. So, all right, place Ichigo. So let's see here. He's going to place Ichigo. Apparently, it's only 650 to place, guys. So Ichigo is the new best starter unit. That is busted OP. You got to be kidding me, bro. What the frick? What the frick? You can place this on wave 2, guys. That's insane. Dude, what is the stats, man? This guy might be the new macro king. And he's hybrid? Dude, new macro king, guys. Right there. Oh my gosh. What the heck? All right, so on the tier list, we'll do this first one will be for the starter placement. So ranking them all based on starter placement. So far, S tier. Really, really good. That is insane. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm gonna place the other one. All right, place Sukuna 2. All right, I'm gonna place my Dio over heaven. So Dio over heaven, he does 1 million damage. Wow, he does way less damage. Oh my gosh. And he also costs 3.5k. So I'm gonna be honest, he's a lot worse for starter placement. So ranking them based on starter placement, we have him in the B tier. All right, and then I have is he hybrid off rip? He is hybrid though. And then I will say, I know he's a little bit more expensive, but 12 million damage, guys, at the start is absolutely insanely OP, guys. 12 million damage. So I believe I'm gonna say he's really, really good at the start. All right, so let's go check out Sukuna starting stats. 10 million damage, but he costs 5k. And he is not hybrid, but he is fully AoE. So personally, I think I'm gonna have to rank this a little bit lower. All right, then Escanor, because Escanor is hybrid, which is very useful. But he is still pretty good. So I would say the best starter units, this is the order. Ichigo is insanely good for starting out. All right. So let's go quickly. Yeah, sell all now. Sell all now. And now we're gonna go through each of the showcases, guys. Yes, we're gonna sell them all. All right, sell and sell and sell. All right, sell all now. All right, so let's go through each of the showcases and then we'll see like what all they're good for. So let's start off with Escanor. So first up, Escanor's passive is 20% team damage, and his damage increased until wave 15. So he has kind of like a rage mechanic, which is pretty cool. So stat wise, you're gonna see. Okay, let me make sure this is on. His damage goes up and he's pretty cheap. So I would say for raid, for like normal story mode, you're gonna be easily able to afford almost all. You're gonna be easily able to afford to max him out. And he does 100 million damage every 5 seconds. So 20 million DPS plus crit. And look at that range, guys. And this is with no passive. Pretty busted OP. So overall, I will say Escanor is definitely a very great unit. And that passive is very good, guys. 20% team damage. Very, very useful. All right, next up we have Dio over heaven. His passive is stun, electrify, freeze, fear, and time stop effects lasts 30% longer. And also enemies killed or revived as allies. So you're going to see some enemies come out from the back of the base. He's almost like a summoner unit. But I don't entirely know what the spawn chance of that is, but some of them come back. All right, so maybe it's only bosses or something. Let's check. Okay, so maybe he has to get upgraded first to be able to do that, but it does say that on his passive thing. It is somewhat useful, but I don't know how really useful it is. Maybe it's probably just best for bosses. His AoE cone's also pretty nice as well. So let's get into some upgrades, some cheap upgrades so far. All right, decent AoE and range. He also has the bone thing, whatever it's called, bone break or something like that. Now he's pretty cheap upgrades, and his damage is pretty decent. So remember Escanor had like 20 million DPS. Right now this guy is at like 8 million DPS. And then he maxes out at right about, okay, a little bit less than Escanor, but he does have an ability as well. He's full AoE with some great range, and he also has electric. So he's also kind of like a stun unit as well, which is very, very good. So not bad at all. So I like that a lot. All right, yeah, let's go. Yeah, place down Sukuna. So he's gonna place down Sukuna now. Let's take a look at his passive. 35% team range, very useful. All right, max him. So we're gonna check out his upgrades real quick. Decent upgrades, look at that, pretty cheap. However, his last two upgrades are very expensive, so you're not gonna be able to afford those in like raid mode. But look at that AoE, guys. Very, very nice AoE. And he has 2 nuke abilities. One insta-kills units with like 10% or less HP, and 120 for 5. So his DPS is actually higher than Escanor's, but his AoE is not quite as good. It's kind of weird. And his only passive is that 35% team range, which is pretty interesting. So overall, definitely a pretty sweet unit, but he definitely has a little bit of an edge in infinite mode compared to Escanor, but he's really good nonetheless. All right, let's do Ichigo, but upgrade one by one. All right, so Ichigo, all right, upgrade number 0, a lot of damage. All right, next, let's see what he got here. 1 million damage to 5. All right, very, very fast SPA, very useful. All right, I really like the fast SPA units. All right, really, really good. All right, next, and very, very cheap so far. Considering his damage, look at that, guys. 40 million damage, really good. Decent cone. All right, next. Next. 5 of 12. All right, 48 million. That's pretty good. 4 SPA. All right, next. All right. 60 million. Dang. Next. Fine. New ability. All right. His AoE cone is not as good, but 120 million for 9. That's pretty good. And he's not even maxed out yet. All right. His SPA is really high though. But it looks like his damage is going to skyrocket. All right. Next. Wow, 200 million for 9. That is pretty good, but his AoE is worse than Escanor's. He also has ability, guys. 10% damage buff and 5% crit chance, and he also buffs a lot on the earlier waves. He has a 50% damage buff on early waves. All right, next. Max him out, guys. Wow, 46 plus 224, almost 300 million for 9. So that, I believe, is the highest DPS godly in the game, and he's the best starter godly. However, he does have the worst AoE out of all of them. So let's go over the tier list, and let's go rank them based on their final stats. So final stat wise, I will say I'm gonna be honest, Ichigo is really good final stat wise for infinite mode. And then I'm gonna say I would take Sukuna over Escanor. And I'm gonna say Dio is last. He's really good for support units, but that's about it. So those are all, and now we're gonna go place all of them next to each other. All right, place all down and max. So we're gonna place them all down next to each other, and we'll do a little bit of comparison, so you guys can kind of get an idea of what you're working with and the different pros and cons. So let's do that, and then I'll show you guys the new code. So pros and cons wise, we got okay, look, these are the pros. There you go. Not too bad stats right there. All right, pretty decent stats there as well. A little bit higher SPA and way worse AoE, but you know, you're getting a little bit of damage boost from that. And then we got you know, better AoE, faster SPA, pretty good. And we got decent stats, and we also got a nuke as well. So nice. All right, let's go check out that new code now. All right. All right, here we go. So the new code is code sorry for bugs. 400 jewels, 15 rerolls, and 300 soul coins. Nice. So let's head over here to the summon. And let's go over to the event wheel. Oh wait, looks like it resets in 14 minutes. I guess we'll do that later on. All right, what other quests do we got here? Beat Act 2. It's broken. Oh my gosh, these broke as well. All right, I guess they're like fixing the game now. That's a little sad, but hopefully they fix that game soon. So I'll catch you guys hopefully for a live stream soon.